We're talking life, baby!
Tonight on Sparky's Wild Side.
On FloridasActionRadioNetwork.com.
Alright. What's all this? There's a table they sent me to. This is one of the many fundraising opportunities. Let me know if you like it. Want to know more? Reach in the of the box. 2026. Where the hell is Sparky?
Hi, Benny.
Hey!
Sparky called and said he's a little bit late.
Well, that explains where Sparky is. All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Looks like we got this stuff ready for the show. I don't know where Sparky is other than he's running a little bit late, but welcome once again to Sparky's Wild Side. You know me, the Don Vinny D, and hopefully soon we're going to see Sparky. Meanwhile, I'm just going to have a drink of soda and kick back and relax a little. Probably should have put some alcohol in that, but man, I needed that. It was good. Well, we got enough stuff here. I guess this is part of the donations for the Relay for Life, but you know what? I kind of want to wait for Sparky. When he said a little bit late, but how late is a little late? He told me to meet him here at 8. Oh well. Anyway.
Hey man, what's up? What's up?
I was just about to go on without you. Have a seat, sit down.
Oh man, it's been a fucking crazy day, man.
Did the waitress get your drink on the way in?
Yeah, I caught her on the way in. Told her the regular.
I kind of think I know what all this is by the note here that was left, but I'm assuming this is all the donations for the Relay for Life?
Oh, I'm hoping not all of it. Some of it.
Well, what we've gotten so far?
Well, actually, this is just from like mom and pop's places.
Ah, thank you.
Thank you, hon. Oh man, I've been all over town. I've been to Lowe's, I've been to Home Depot, been to damn near every store in the mall, and a lot of shit these days is all corporate.
Okay, well that's the way of business nowadays.
So I have to go through corporate to get some.
It looks like you've got quite a bit here already.
Yeah, well, what is it? Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. I mean, what's in one of these? They
said it was a meal box. It was worth about $30. I don't
you
know
ever see what's in one of these things?
No, man. Oh man, you can't eat that. It's all empty.
Yeah, right. But there's coupons and things in here, and of course.
What's this? A box for? That kind of looks like the box McDonald's has for. Oh shit! Look at this. What's all this?
Yeah, there you are. See, because I saw a coupon in the cup here. It's a Coke Classic.
Okay, so you get a Coke Classic. Here's one for a chicken fillet sandwich, chicken nuggets, Be Our Guest, a kids meal, a spicy chicken sandwich,
waffle fries,
cool chicken strips, and
hey, you even get one of the little moo cows.
Awesome. And obviously this has all been donated by Austin Watts at Chick-fil-A. This is the one down at the mall.
Very cool.
Mall.
Very cool.
So
well, at least somebody's jumping in on this.
Yeah, there's got to be about $30 worth of food in this thing.
Yeah, close to it. I saw wherever that note was. They said it was close to like $29. So yeah.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, cool. And we got 3 of them.
Well, that's cool. At least we know some people are going ahead and taking this seriously. And this is all for the
Relay for Life raffle that we're doing.
Raffle? What raffle?
All this stuff is...
No. We don't do raffles. No, we do chance drawings or prize drawings. We don't do raffles. Raffles are gambling. That's illegal. We do prize drawings. We got to be politically correct.
Wait a minute. Politically what?
Got to be politically correct.
Do I look politically correct?
I don't care. This is for the American Cancer Society. They are. We've got to be good. Be good.
They invited me. I didn't
ask for help.
And I'm helping.
Yes, but you still got to be
politically correct. But I got to be politically correct?
Yes, you have to follow the rules.
Bullshit.
You got to follow the rules.
Rules for everything. You try to help people and they want to give you rules?
Remember, you don't break the rules.
They're like the county.
No, they're not like the county.
No?
No, we're not going to go there.
Well, they had rules.
Did you get the email from that idiot?
Which one?
The one that asked us to help with the pool again?
Oh, wait a minute. Is this the same guy that insulted us, lied to us, and just totally screwed us over?
Yeah, right. When I remember, I gave the ticket thing that day to be able to count how many people were to organize the food better.
Yeah.
And then we got that email that said they want to take their program back.
Yeah. Yeah. Something about they want us to help them again.
Yeah. You got that email too?
What have I been doing the past 2 years?
You've been busting your butt and you dragged me along with you to get this thing done. And
what did they do and tell us?
no, I can't say it on TV and you that. But like I said, this is the American Cancer Society. They are not like the county. The county did that to us.
Okay.
The Cancer Society hasn't. They've been good to you.
Okay.
You know, you're trying to help. They're trying to push to help you. Didn't they
But
get
they're
that?
still giving us rules, damn.
Yeah, they still got rules. They got to follow rules too. Hey, if you're not careful, you're gonna have Obama coming in here trying to take money from us.
Well, hey, you know, I look better in the suit than he does.
Yeah, I trust you more, but right now you got that ZZ Top look going on.
You know how it is.
Crazy about a sharp press, man. Oh no! I knew I should have done bum tires.
What can I say? You know, the red tie and the long white beard, man. They always want to come up and pull my beard. But anyway, let's get back to the show. So we've got a few great bands that have actually committed to come to the show.
Okay, well, I know you told me about Bob Hope coming on us.
Right.
He's on. And, what was her name?
Rhymes with my name? That's what
Spanky?
Yes. Spanky with Red X.
Red X, yes. Okay, I knew I was going to get that one.
Yeah, I'm so glad they're coming because they are totally awesome. And I don't mean just Spanky. Spanky is hot to the world's end. But the band itself, Bob does that one song from Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you would think it's Journey. In fact, why don't we pull it up, let them listen to a couple of the bands we're going to do. We'll start. You want to start with Red X or you finish up with Red X? I mean, they are the hottest band we got on the ticket.
You know, this is Sparky's Wild Side. You take your choice and we run it as such.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you know what the Double J Race Cafe has on special tonight?
You know, I didn't even pay attention.
Beer brats and beer cheddarwursts.
Awesome. Did you get for both of us?
I ordered already.
Cool. So if I was really late, I'd have just had a struggle.
They were waiting for you to come in to put the order down.
Awesome.
I had them wait.
So it should be ready pretty soon. Huh?
Should be.
Cool. Well, why don't we, throw some Red X on there, and hopefully it'll come while I'll do, 2 or 3 songs of theirs, and then
So
you know what? Before we even go any further, today for me was an awesome day.
What made it so awesome?
We got a sponsor.
We got who?
Insomniacs.
The Club on 19?
You got it. Now, I mean, they're not paying a lot of money, but we got an open pass for me and one staffer.
Right.
Anytime.
Okay.
So any show they have there, he's got us covered.
Well, is that where you normally record the different bands that we're going?
Yeah. Plus, free soda.
Well, for you, that's terrific.
Well,
Because you don't drink that much anymore.
No, but when it's free, I'll deal some. But my crew.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the amount of soda you drink. You stopped drinking a while ago.
Pretty much so had to.
Yeah, that's that diabetes, isn't it?
Yeah, you get old, and
Don't tell me about that getting old. My grandmother used to put some drink in her coffee,
here.
and she was 100 years old.
I gotta go here, okay? Years ago, what was it? Probably 3-4 years now. I went to the doctor because I screwed my knees up.
Okay.
Naturally, before they can schedule surgery, they got to do all this blood
work.
Okay. High cholesterol.
Okay.
High blood pressure.
Okay.
High sugar. So what does that mean? I'm high?
There. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, dear.
Right?
You remembered his Grey Poupon. Thank you.
All right. And even a knife. Awesome. But anyway.
Well, Grey Poupon doesn't come in a squeeze bottle.
Yes, it does.
But
you waste a lot.
I've never seen the squeeze bottle.
It's easier to scrape it. But anyway, so everything's high. So they put me on all these medicines, and my blood sugar was like at 140. I'm going to skip all this stuff because the food's going to get right to the point. My blood sugar run around 140. And they're freaking out. You're post or pre-diabetic, blah, blah, blah. They put me on this medicine to bring it down.
Okay.
It shot it up to almost 400. I lost 70 pounds in 4 weeks. Oh, well, obviously that's not.
What's this medicine? 70 pounds in 4 weeks?
Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, I lost weight quick.
Oh, yeah, I'll gladly lose 70 pounds. That's a Backstreet Boy.
Next time I go to my doctor, I'll ask him about what it was, and maybe we'll see if we can get you something. But anyway, so they put me on something else that kept me so sick. They put me on a third medication that kept me even sicker, and I losing weight and the whole sugar raising. So finally they put me on insulin. Well, here it is 4 years later, and I'm doing my insulin like I'm supposed to. I'm trying to eat better. But now, instead of my sugar staying from like 140 to 160, it's staying from like 160 to 180. Okay, when it was at 140 before, oh, you're diabetic, take this, take this, take this. Now that it's up 160, 180, I'm like, Doc, what's up with that?
That's
he
why
goes,
they
oh,
call
it's okay, you're a diabetic.
That's
you're
why
fine.
they call it practicing medicine.
I understand that, because that's what they certainly did.
And you're the guinea pig.
I still don't think they got it right. But like I say, I was at 140 before, and that was high, but now I'm at 180, and that's okay.
It's okay.
Why? Because I'm on the medicine? Is it just they wanted to put, is it some kind of conspiracy with the pharmaceuticals to get everybody in the United States on some kind of medication?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's eat. For now, let's check out Red X, and I'm going to munch out here real quick, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, I
brats.
know. It's just a little bit of gas on that when my stomach's going, hey, food.
Right. Now, see, you got us one of each, or was that the deal? One of
That was the
each?
plan.
Okay. Which do you like better?
I'm real careful about doing any type of cheese inside the hot dogs or the bratwurst. So I usually prefer just a bratwurst, and I just add whatever I want on top of it.
Gotcha.
So there's nothing wrong with it, but it's one of those, I react better to it if it's on top of as opposed to inserted in.
Huh. That, all right, one was the brat. And that, I think, the other thing was a brat, well,
A cheddar
wurst, bratwurst, same thing. Okay, beer brat. Now, why do they call it a beer brat? Is it actually...
I think it was boiled in beer.
Well, I know they boil them in beer, but when you're in the store and you see the pack, it says beer brat in it.
Uh-huh.
Is that just a hint to you to make sure you boil them in beer?
You know, I've never paid attention to that part because if I did a beer
mean,
brat, I always cooked them in beer and then did the last bit of grilling to try and get the...
I've seen beer brats.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen smoke brats.
Mm-hmm.
The cheddar wurst, that's brat, yeah, bratwurst. Then you got your Polish...
The kielbasa.
Yeah, that's a Now, that's different.
Yeah, that's different.
Okay.
I can't eat kielbasa. I love the taste of kielbasa, but man, I suffer for eating that.
Now, a lot of people look at the brats and stuff and say, oh, that's just like sausage. But if you take an Italian sausage and a bratwurst, I'd much rather have the bratwurst. It seems to have a lighter taste.
Weren't you born in Germany?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be part of it, too.
But now,
because I'm going to take the Italian sausage
again,
9 out of 10.
on the brats,
Mm-hmm.
I'm partial to beer brats, but just like a plain bratwurst, I could take that or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like them beer brats, especially if you do them on the grill.
Okay.
You know, get them real hot on the grill, sear them up, and then get one of them foil tins and fill it with beer, and then throw them in there and let it. Yeah, can't beat that.
Well,
But anyway,
thankfully I've already eaten before you start doing that part. I got a question.
Yeah.
You know, I'm seeing this stuff on this table. Why do I have a boogie board on our table?
You know our dear friend A.J. Conrad.
Yeah.
He donated that for the raffle. Is that what it is? A boogie board?
Yeah, I think that's what they're
Okay,
called.
I
It's not a
wasn't
skim
sure.
board. The skim boards are real thin ones that you throw and then jump on and try and surf in the little bit of water that comes up on shore with the waves.
Okay, so
Those are the ones that you actually lay on while you're out there in the wave and you kind of like body surf with that thing.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So I think that's called a boogie board.
I thought maybe it was like, you know how they did that, what was that? That was a knee board. He was...
No, yeah, that's not one of the knee boards. That's not how to... I'm sure you could probably use it for that if you use your imagination.
Lay on it and just hold the rope like that on the top, front maybe?
Actually, I think if you put your feet to the back of it, you could probably pull yourself up to your knees and still do it. But, you know what? I'm not trying it.
You know what? This summer, he'll probably show us. But that was cool. And we got some other stuff here. We got the guitar.
We talked about the chicken. The guitar you've been
Right.
pointing out the last couple of weeks.
Right.
I see a bunch of stuff from
what is
Scotty's
this thing
Pizza.
here?
That looks like it's a little harmonica.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is. Cool. Little,
Well, that'll be great if somebody wants to try and imitate our boy Nigel Lee
Yeah,
from over at the Black Student Union Jackson 5 tribute thing.
yeah. And also from there we have, what is it? Super Gifted Creativity. Okay, that's
Now, are you
pretty cool.
sure the name this time? You've called them 3 different things.
Yeah, I need to just stick with the CG, the SCG. There's that dyslexic thing.
SGC. Super
SGC.
Gifted Creativity.
See,
One of these days he'll get it right.
I'm still working on the SFU. No. What is that one?
Which one do you want? The University of South Florida or Florida State University?
Where'd we see the Jackson 5 at?
The University of South Florida. That's the USF. That's the Bulls.
Okay. It's like what's that one? Never mind. It's like WTF, right? I get that one right.
Yeah, except half the times you're going FTW.
FTW. Okay.
Yeah, anyway.
I know what that means.
Good.
Okay, but anyway.
Tad has used that for quite a while.
Right? Now, you see this stuff here?
Yeah.
You know what that is?
That looks like some of that stuff that you dealt with during your time with the NASCAR deal.
Right, I actually dealt with Quick Shine 99, and this is a similar product made by Stoner. No, not made by stoners. By Stoner Auto Care products, okay? And the Quick Shine Detailing Company
Yeah.
donated a waterless auto detail kit.
Cool.
And the speed bead, spray it on, wipe it off on the body and the glass. The trim cleaner, that's for like your dash. The black mirrors. If you want to spray it there, brother, go for it.
You mean trim, huh?
Trim, okay.
Anyway,
I gotta watch my words here. And then more shine for the trim. No, actually that's for the tires. That's great stuff because it's not silicone based.
Really, what's it based?
Got me. I just know it ain't silicone based. That's what they told me. And
All right.
down here with the heat, that's evidently important because
Yeah.
the silicone based on the tires, when the sun shines on
Yep.
them, will actually dry them
out the
and
tires
make them
and dry
dry
rot.
rot. So, and then there's this Xena. It's a citrus cleaner,
Mm-hmm.
and there's two different types. There's the natural citrus, and then there's the foaming.
Okay.
One is for water-based type stains, and the other one is for oil-based stains. Great for Kool-Aid. You know how that red Kool-Aid gets in a light carpet, and
That red Kool-Aid gets into anything, it will stain it for weeks.
this stuff will take it out.
Okay.
And I didn't believe him. In fact, he showed me one time on a friend of mine's Corvette. Her husband had been changing the oil and somehow got the old-fashioned can of oil in the dirty
Where
oil.
you gotta...
In the dirty oil, wasn't thinking, lifted the hatch back in the back and put it inside there on the carpet, and it left a oil stain. This guy said the lady told her had used everything to get it out, couldn't get out. He used this purple, this stuff right here.
Foaming.
The foaming. Let it sit in there for a while, it wasn't a scrub brush, he made a brush.
Okay.
It was a little triangle, maybe about that big. He drilled a bunch of holes in it and put 1/4-inch dowel sticks in it. Rounded the edges like a bullet.
Okay.
Sprayed it on there and scrubbed it. And he said, better than any scrub brush you can ever get. And he said it took the oil stain right out, that the lady was amazing, gave him a $30 tip. I was like, cool. So that's pretty awesome for, people that are into cars. And
Money.
if not, some little girl wins it that doesn't have a car. It's a great Father's Day gift for your dad. And that's coming up, what?
Just in June, isn't it?
Yeah, right after.
Yeah, Mom's Day is in May and Father's Day is in June.
Yeah, hey, some of them moms out there with them 4x4 trucks.
Oh, yeah.
They like to keep them clean. And with
Hey,
this
these
stuff,
country girls, the country girls get them trucks as much as the guys do.
I'm telling you. But you know what? Something they may not like. With this stuff, when more dirt and wet gets on there, it doesn't stick. And I notice a lot of them redneck girls with them big monster trucks, they like them really dirty to show the guys up.
Yeah.
So I don't know, they may not like this. Oh wow, Ranzoons.
Oh, did he give you some as well?
Yeah, let's see, what do we got in there? We have 4 free races.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a good one.
That's a lot of fun if especially if you get a bunch of buddies with you.
Right, you know what maybe we should do? Well, Scotty's Pizzeria?
Yeah.
He's donated a bunch of slice of pizzas and a couple meals
Okay.
for 2. Maybe 2 of those with a meal. That's
Well,
like a night out for somebody and this girl.
There was something else. You said you went to the mall. Did anything come of that thing with the gyroscope?
Yeah, man, we went up there today.
Oh no.
Well, actually, I went up there, last week and talked to the guy. And, he's just sitting there running the rides. He doesn't have any promos or anything going on. So, I told him I'd bring Tasha up there since she's all into the graphic
Uh-huh.
advertising type of stuff. And so we're going to do some work for him. And in turn, he's donated, I think, 8 pairs of tickets to ride the gyro. Now, you've seen the gyro.
Yeah, I have.
Have you seen it in operation?
Not long enough to really watch. I know how they work.
Yeah.
I've seen a little bit, but I've never paid much attention
Would
to
you
it.
try it?
Can I fit?
Okay, let's say you fit. Would you try it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. You won't jump out of an airplane, but you try that.
Yeah.
That thing, If I tried it, I'd be barfing. Jumping out of an airplane, that's just...
Then just, you know, if you're worried about vomiting, just stay out of the puke zone.
Yeah, right? I'm not worried about being vomited on. I'm worried about doing it.
Okay,
And,
you know, I'll stay out of the puke zone.
My luck, I'd be puking on the top and be
come right
catching
back
it
on
on the
you.
bottom, you know? But anyway, AJ came up there with us today.
Tell me you got video.
Yeah. Shall we show it?
Oh yeah, I gotta see it.
It's a short one. It's only a couple minutes. I got some pictures. We'll throw that in too. But check out AJ on the gyro.
Speaking of badasses, he's the man with the plan from the streets with the beat. He's bodacious, outrageous. Woo! Oh my goodness gracious, Johnny Moore on the drums, everybody.
Looks like fun.
You would still try it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? But you won't jump out of an airplane.
I'm not jumping out of an airplane. Jumping out of an airplane is not a natural act. Jumping out of a perfectly good airplane is not a natural act.
And spinning around 9 different directions at a time is?
Wait. How many times have you seen the way these idiots go jumping around for the parkour. Have you ever watched swimming and diving?
Yeah.
Okay, they're doing all that same type of spinning on their own,
Would you
just
do
going in
that?
the water. If I could dive worth jack, sure.
Yeah.
I just keep doing cannonballs and belly flops.
So I mean, it's no different. It's just a little bit higher, and you have a dry
little
landing.
Kiss my fat white behind. I'm not jumping out of an airplane. As a matter of fact, right now I'm even too heavy to jump out of the airplane, so it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, you're too heavy to jump tandem, but we could strap a chute on you,
Hey,
connect it to the cord, and
if the
throw you out.
plane, if the plane is going down, it's in flames, or the engines, failed, and it's going to crash, now I have a reason to jump out of the airplane.
Yeah.
It's not a perfectly good airplane anymore. Now it's crashing.
Well, we can make that happen.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. Anyway.
Yes. Anyway, but actually, I've talked to a lot of other places. I think I mentioned Lowe's and Home Depot,
Yeah.
and they're corporate, so I got to go through their office.
Okay.
But everything with that is looking pretty good, so we'll probably have a few gift certificates from them. I really want to throw a big kudos to Spencer's.
Spencer's, the kind of off-the-wall stuff at the
Yeah.
shop in the mall?
Well, how long have I been looking for a top hat?
Oh, I don't know. It's too long for me to try and remember.
Probably as long as you've known me.
If not right about that much, so
You
yeah.
know, probably longer, but,
Yeah, it's
And
been an
I mean,
ongoing search
I've been
for you.
looking everywhere, and right before Christmas, I found one down at Ravens and Rockers in Tampa.
Okay.
But being it was before Christmas and the kids and all, I figured I don't have $75 to spend right now.
Yeah.
It's better to go to the kids. I'll get it after the new year.
Right.
Okay, so I did that. After the new year, I drove down there to go pick it up.
They sold it.
Gone.
Yeah, of course.
So they're like, okay, well, we should have one more in 2 weeks. Well, it took closer to 2 months. But they finally got it in, and I was going to go down there and pick it up here in the next week or two.
Mm-hmm.
And this weekend, actually it was last Tuesday, I was up at the mall trying to get,
Sponsors and
some
stuff
of this
like
stuff
that. Yeah.
going. I walked into Spencer's to see if they could, do a gift card or something. And lo and behold, top hats. I was like, wow. So I'm looking at them, and I see a sign up there that says, buy one, get the second one half price. Okay? So now, I told you down there at Rockers,
Yeah.
they were $75.
Yeah.
I got both of them for $36.
Can't beat that.
No. And, actually, it's kind of funny, and I don't know if I should tell this because everybody's going to go running back and say, but Saturday I bought my top hat.
Uh-huh.
They put it in this bag, and I mean, big top hat like this, big bag, awkward. So I had a hat on, I didn't want to wear it, so what I did is I put it on my daughter's head,
Uh-huh.
on Storm's head, and she looked awesome in it. And if I had done it before we left, I'd have realized I should have bought two then.
Okay.
But I didn't. I bought the one for $25.
Okay.
Well, we were in there today, taking video, and I walked in, talked to the guy, and I told him, I said, if I'd have been smarter and put a hat on her head before we left, I'd have bought two that day. And he's like, really? I said, yeah. I said, I don't suppose there's any way you could help me out, cut me a break on the second one now, could you? And he's like, well, do you have the receipt? You could exchange it and then just rebuy the two. So I looked at Storm, and she's like, nah, I put it in the bag and threw it away.
Of course.
So I was like, oh, well. And then one of the other cashiers said, well, did you pay with a credit card? I was like, yeah. And she goes, what's your name? I told her, Sparky J. And she types it all in. She goes, you bought it Saturday about 1:35? I was like, that's about right. She goes, yeah, we got the receipt. I was like, so does that mean I can buy another one for $12 right now? And she goes, well, it's up to, I think his name was Tommy. And she told Tommy what the deal was. He was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. So I told him, I was ecstatic.
I'm sure you were.
Two for half the price of one.
Yeah.
And I mean, same quality, a little bit different of a style. The one they had down there, the top was flared a little bit more.
Okay.
But I mean, I can live with that for half the money for two.
Yeah, you don't want to look at the Mad Hatter anyway.
Yeah, so
The fact that you are means nothing.
But what was really cool, they did that, so I definitely had to throw some kudos out to them, because them guys down at Spencer's at Gulfview Mall,
Yep.
you are awesome!
Gotta show the love. Okay.
Right, and then we got American Eagle,
Okay.
and I went into so many stores, I don't really remember what they had in there.
Uh-huh.
But I'm sure it'll be good whatever we get out of there. It sounds like one of them, like an outfitting kind of company.
Yeah, it's a clothing store.
And then, let's see, Madame Butterfly, God knows what they had in there. It was a girly type thing, and I think they had like pendants and little...
Fashion outlet. Okay.
You know, the new kind of stuff that I ain't got a clue why people wear, but...
Hey, you have daughters. You already have to deal with that.
That's why I don't have a clue.
Yeah, your brain's fried.
You know, my one daughter, she's a frickin' Brahma bull. And then I got to get back with the Italian kitchen up there. The pizza place on the corner of the food court.
Oh, okay.
And she says they're sure they'll do something. So if that works out, I can match up some of the gyro rides. And how about giving me that card right there, that yellow card?
The yellow card. What is this one?
Yeah, what's that say?
Come join the motion theater experience. Is that space shuttle thing from the mall?
Well, it looks like that. Yeah, it's a simulator. And they've got, evidently, they have like a dozen different rides you can take. There's a NASCAR ride.
Take a ride on NASCAR, or maybe a roller coaster through a jungle. Ever been through a volcano? How about going 280 miles an hour through the streets of New York? Yeah, if you've ever been on a cab in New York, you know that feeling.
Dude, I tell you what, what'd they say, 200?
280.
Okay, I've been 140 on the Henry Hudson Parkway and lost control and lived through it.
I'm afraid to ask how.
It was 1977. My grandmother had a 75 Grand Am with a 455 in it, with a four barrel, okay? What it was is she worked for Pontiac, and the president of that dealership got his choice of car like 3 times a year. Well, one of them was this baby blue Pontiac Grand Am with the plush, the thick white vinyl top, 454 floor shift. This thing was bad to the bone. Well, we're coming back from the city one night about 3 in the morning, and I'm blasting down the road. I got that speedometer buried at 140, and I start hitting these little ripples in the road, and you can feel the tires doing that bouncing and changing lanes without wanting to. So, you know, I was 18 years old. I wasn't a race car driver back then, you know what I mean? So I went from driving to second, you know, downshifted, thinking it would slow me down. But at 140 miles an hour, it actually locked the wheels for a second, the rear wheels, and that thing spun around to the left. I was like, holy shit, I threw the steering wheel over to the left to counteract it, and I couldn't deal with the second one. Spun it all the way around. We're spinning down the road, and I parked it between a tree and a telephone pole. We were so close.
Parked it or crashed it?
No, I didn't crash it. I got lucky. I parked it. It finally come stop between the two. The guy in the passenger seat, he couldn't get out of the car because the tree was that close to him. And I'm looking at I could reach out to the telephone pole. I think I drove 30 miles an hour the rest of the way home.
Really?
Yeah.
Go figure.
Scared the shit out of me. It was funny though. One thing I do remember was looking in the rearview mirror because that's the way it was all I could see.
Yeah.
And the guy in the back seat, he was just bouncing all around back and forth because it was just, at that speed, he was being thrown everywhere. And didn't die. Had my angel with me that day.
Yeah, you damn sure you were trying to outrun it.
You know, I tell you what, I think that God must be giving my angel hazard pay.
Yeah, assuming it still is working for you.
Well, I'm still here, so, you know. But, so you know what? We were talking about Nigel Lee.
Yeah.
And
he was at the Jackson
SGC,
5. Yeah,
right.
the SGC.
Well, I got a little video from the Jackson 5 thing. I think we'll do, 2-3 minutes couple minutes of each of them to show the people what
Okay.
they're going to be doing.
So what are we going to start off with?
Let's start with Nigel Lee,
Okay, and then we'll go to.
and then we'll have the steppers.
Here come the hot stepper.
Yeah, I'm hoping they. You remember when they used to come down to the wrestling?
FUW, yeah.
Yeah, they used to do some crazy stuff there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm wanting to see at the relay.
You know.
They were kind of, for a better word, mellow at the Jackson 5 thing.
Compared to what I had seen of them before, yeah.
Yeah. You know,
But you know, there must have been a reason for that. They're
you know
different
what?
stage,
Being
different
that it was
attitude.
in college and a stage and all that, I'll bet you it might have been a liability thing.
Very possible.
You know, they didn't want no broken legs or anything like that.
Speaking of broken legs, in doing
Who are
all
you
this
going
for
after?
doing all this for Relay for Life,
Uh-huh.
you had said you wanted to get the entertainment, and of course that's why we're doing the bands. And you asked about getting some wrestling in there.
Yeah, how's that going?
I've got to talk with the guys that run Outbreak Wrestling.
Outbreak is...
Theirs is the, if you look at it, that green, the biohazard symbol. Have you seen that up on Facebook
yeah,
yet?
it is, Mandrick got something to do with
Mandrake's in on that one.
Okay.
He's part of that organization. They actually have a show on the 17th, St. Patty's Day, down in Palmetto. That
It's on St. Patty's Day?
It's on St. Patty's Day, yeah.
Wow, are they going to be serving green beer?
The place, the hall is supposed to be serving green beer, so.
Cool, because I know Mandrick, you know, he's into holidays and he's into beers, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen Green Cuervo, though.
Ain't nothing but a little bit of food coloring.
Yeah, but I'm afraid to see what happens if he sees his beer green.
Can't be
Then
no
again,
worse.
there's a lime in it,
Can't
so.
be no worse than what he looks like after some of his matches.
Very true. In any
But
case,
anyway, are they coming?
we're going to talk with, we got to talk with the management on that one.
Right.
They're leaning toward being able to help us out. So it's just next Sunday. So when I go down to the show, I'm going to sit down with the management there and see about them getting them up with us.
Well, hey, you got me. Got tickets on that. Now
Yeah.
Come down do some video.
Well, I thought that was part of the deal. You were
Yeah,
gonna come
well,
down
I
to the
want to
video.
make
on it.
sure, you know.
Yeah, and one of those
I know
things.
how you Yankees are. You forget shit, you know. Get a little excited and you forget about your friends.
I didn't forget about you. When they asked about a videographer, I threw your name in the ring real quick.
Is that because I'm the only one you know? Or 'cause
No,
I'm
it's
good?
not, you're not the only one that I know, but
Okay.
you have all the programs on the computer to run it. Heck, we run the show, don't we?
Hey, I'm telling you.
So,
So, who else will be wrestling there? At the,
I know we're going to have the Puerto Rican Hound Dog down there. Of course, the Highwaymen are going to be part of it.
Right.
Who else? The Dirty White Boys coming up from Miami.
Okay.
Who else was in on that show? I think Alex Decay was part of it as well.
I like Alex. Is he still part of the virus, or that's his?
You know, the virus, the whole thing, between the virus and then the change, you know, they restructured, and then there was that Misled Youth, where Josh and Jude kind of went on their own. I don't think the virus still exists, but then again, Decay came back, and I think he partnered with an earlier member of the virus, Masters. And there was a feud going on for a while. So I don't know what's going to happen on this one. And again, it's going to be, you know, it's an afternoon show down in Palmetto. If you're interested in going, hit me up on my Facebook, Don Vinny D, and I'll be more than happy to get the information. There should be the picture and the flyer on my site anyway.
You're going to go ahead and share that on Sparky's Wild Side on Facebook, right?
We're going to put on the Facebook, or am I going to put on FlareNet?
We'll put it on both.
Okay.
You know, put your on Facebook. You might as well put the event poster on. You know, so they can check that out. They can get to that easy enough.
But
And
we'll sit down
you know,
and
in fact, I think I saw something about that today on Facebook, and I did share.
yeah,
it.
the flyer did go out
Sparky's Wild
earlier
Side.
today, so.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Actually, the flyer went out a couple of days ago, but
Now, do I get my usual?
we got you taken care of.
Okay. So unlimited access.
Yeah, you're a guy. Well, you got to be backstage.
Cool.
You got to be
I
backstage.
like
You're
that.
doing filming.
I like that. You know, sometimes people get a little modest and they don't want camera backstage.
No. The camera's right there. As a matter of fact, you are going to have to record promos that are going to go live on the big screen for the audience.
Awesome.
This is going almost full WWE compliant, WXW compliant. They're going to really fight on this one. So,
Cool.
you know, I'm really. let's go to the video on this. We'll talk more wrestling. Where's that waitress? I need another drink.
Yeah, I hear you. You know, we've been sitting here for God knows how long. She ain't been back. But so what do we want to go to for a video?
Let's go up with
the Jackson 5.
The Jackson
5 talent show with Nigel Lee and SGC. Here we go.
Waitress!
I guarantee you can't get that girl.
Watch when you pick her.
I bet you never land you.
I can do it.
Johnny! John!
SGC.
Yeah, again, like you said, that's tame compared to what they do on what we normally see of them.
Yeah. Now, our friend Nigel Lee, he didn't look real comfortable in his suit. And I don't think he normally plays like that. I think he'd rather play in a t-shirt and a pair of jeans, you know?
Oh, you mean he's a normal human being like the rest of us?
Yeah, so, you know, he seemed a little stiff there, but he was telling me some of the other songs he can do. And on a harmonica to do some of them songs, he's got to rock.
Yeah.
Because I can't, you know? Hope I don't get caught.
What, you mean we can't light up in here?
No, man. Since these new laws with if they serve more food than alcohol or something, I'm not sure what it is, but we're not allowed smoking here anymore.
It's if they catch you.
But there's nobody back here, and the waitress hasn't come back.
Now, you guys need any refills or anything?
Yeah.
What's that?
What?
That thing in your hand. That happens to look like a
That,
lighter.
that's a lighter.
What about your right hand?
My right hand? This is my right hand.
No, that's your other right hand.
Remember, dude. Left
Oh,
and right,
this
left.
hand?
Right.
I don't know. It's a little
Tell me
tube
something.
I'm messing with.
Tell me something. Here we're getting ready for the Relay for Life. which is put on by the American Cancer Society.
And you're smoking
And here
a
you
cancer
are smoking.
stick.
You got one of those cancer sticks. Thank you. At least you picked up on it. What is wrong with you?
He wants to turn into a survivor, I guess.
It's
You ain't right.
you expecting a tip tonight?
She's gonna get one. She keeps up this.
If
I like him.
so, maybe you can bring me a ashtray or even a soda can. I mean, I know you're
Well,
not
I'm
allowed
not
to
supposed
smoke in
to do
here.
that.
I know, but come on, honey. There ain't nobody back here tonight. It's just us.
You better be getting a good dip.
We'll take care of you. Cancer stick. Do you people believe this cancer stick? And we're getting ready for the American Cancer Society.
Yeah, you're right. But that was just a good meal. And, you know, I've been on the go all day. Every place I go, I ain't allowed to smoke. And I just,
Have you ever tried those electronic cigarettes?
yeah. But you know what? I might smoke 2 or 3 cigarettes a week. But just sometimes I get to want to have a cigarette.
Ah, thank you, dear.
Thank you. Who'd you steal that from, the manager?
Yes.
See? He smokes in his office. Why can't I smoke back here?
Because you're in the public eye. Hell, you're on camera.
Yeah, I guess that's going to be an issue before long. They'll probably outlaw smoking in TV shows and stuff. Because you don't see it like you used to. You look back at like the 70s and stuff. Just about every TV program you watch, there's
Weren't the tobacco companies putting forth money to the movies to be able to promote their
Oh
products?
my God! Not just the movies, sporting events. I mean, the Winston Cup. Yeah, how many years was it the Winston Cup? And then Congress passed a law that cigarette companies could no longer advertise through sporting events and anything that would reach out to children. And you know, so
Yeah, that was the demise of Joe Camel.
Joe Camel. Yeah, Joe Cool.
Joe Cool.
Joe Cool for the
For
Camel
Camel,
cigarettes.
okay.
Yeah. And then the Marlboro Man.
Yeah.
Everybody remember the Marlboro Man. You know what? He died of cancer.
Surprise. You know, the thing is, my grandfather used to smoke. And, of course, that's not what killed him. He, ruptured his spleen. But the older cigarettes, I don't think they're the damage the newer ones do.
The newer ones have so many freaking additives.
Just.
It's like Marlboro has, from what I understand, somewhere in the neighborhood of 600 additives.
John Wayne used to smoke, I think, in every movie I saw him in, all the old westerns.
Mm-hmm.
But he always rolled his own.
Look at
They did
Clint Eastwood. He always had that cigar. Every cowboy movie, he had that cigar. Those are good cigars, too. The closest I can find to them, I think of them, are they backwoods? They look like they're hand rolled, just a rough. They come in a brown pouch. You don't smoke cigars.
Very rarely. It's one of those things. I usually smoke cigars when I'm playing cards. That's usually when I smoke. Or if you get those really.
Now, do you smoke those little cigars or a big old stogie?
I have become partial to the same ones my father used to smoke, the old Anthony and Cleopatras. They're a fairly thin cigar, but it's fairly long. But I kind of got used to that. That's something memory of my childhood. So when I smoke cigars, that's usually what I'm pulling off. Just because that's what I remember.
See, now me, I think I started on them Blackwoods because Clint Eastwood was always the man. The first movie I can really ever remember going to see was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You know, and that was it. Clint Eastwood was the man. You know, and he always smoked them little cigars. It seemed like he always had a half a cigar. No matter what part of the movie it was, he could have just lit the cigar up, but it was a half a cigar.
You know, you used to brought up Clint Eastwood. Now, we had a discussion a while back, and it wasn't on camera, otherwise I'd really have some fun with it. You were convinced that Clint Eastwood was in the film The Dirty Dozen.
Okay.
And I had to go to the Internet Movie Database to prove that he wasn't part of it.
Okay.
I found out why you thought that. Because other guys in the movie were like Telly Savalas.
Mm-hmm.
They had a war movie on just the other day. It was over the weekend.
Okay.
Telly Savalas and Clint Eastwood war movie. They were going through. They were stealing money from the Germans. Who
Kelly's
stole
Heroes. Kelly's,
and I said,
yeah.
that's it.
With
That's
Dustin,
where he got it.
Who was the other one? The psycho one? Donald Sutherland.
So
The
I
tank-
said, that's
Right.
where he got it. That's how he thought it was, because some of these actors
Right.
were in Dirty Dozen.
Right.
So I was like, okay,
and
now
both
I
of those
see
are
how it
great
was.
movies. They're both
Oh, yeah,
classics. I
you-
can watch them anytime.
If Dirty Dozen comes on, you can pretty much forget about me watching something else.
You
If
know
I
how many
have to-
sequels of that they had?
I thought there was one.
Evidently there was 2. I had known the one, the second
There was
one.
only 3 of them that survived the movie.
Yeah, but evidently there was a 3rd one too.
Okay.
And I watched it on YouTube, and I didn't get far into it because it wasn't really all that. Not like the first one. And another good one, remember Guns of Navarone?
No, I don't remember that one. I probably have watched it and don't remember it.
I believe it was Gregory Peck. It was an older one.
Remember, my father was a World War II vet, so I used to watch all those old movies because that was something he watched.
Well,
Did you see what they're coming out with now?
Help me out here. They come out with a lot of stuff.
Tommy Lee Jones is making a movie, and he's playing Douglas MacArthur.
Huh.
I think it's called Emperor. And I'm going, Tommy Lee Jones as Douglas MacArthur. This I gotta see.
Hey, he did that one, what was it, Rules of Engagement, where he was a Marine Corps lawyer. Black guys. I think it was Samuel L. Jackson was the commander over in the Middle East, and they opened fire on a bunch of people.
I hadn't seen that one. I'll have to look at that.
No, that was pretty cool. Rules of Engagement, that one was.
And it's funny, I grew up with all those war movies. You probably did the same, watching those. And what's the one thing you noticed in all of them?
We won.
Well, aside from that,
They were badasses.
they were badass, but you saw
They all
some-
had guns.
They had guns. Keeping our country pure. I'm telling you, Mr. Obama, I'll tell you right now, you can have my gun when you pry it from my dead hand. Punks. But,
I'm telling you.
no, one of the other things is, people die. They showed you people die.
Right.
Heck, they showed you people die in Heartbreak Ridge. I was watching that the other day.
Yeah.
Another Clint Eastwood.
I'll tell you one that was seriously graphic. I'm thinking it was called Wind Talkers. The Navajo in World War II and
Yes,
the Code Talkers.
yes. I didn't.
And some
I
of
only
the
caught bits and part
bombs
of that. Yeah.
that when they got hit, you seen body parts flying off, and I was like, wow. And it wasn't 3D, but it had that effect to it.
Yeah.
It was so graphic. I was like, wow. My son loved it, He says, wow, look at that, Dad. He actually blew up.
Here it is. The thing. We grew up watching battles, watching these people die. We never had any illusion that if somebody's shooting at you, there's a good chance you're going to die.
Yeah.
We accepted that. I watched Bugs Bunny cartoons and the Coyote and that. We never got stupid and tried to do that.
Now,
But-
do what? Shoot at people?
Well, shooting at the people,
Dropping anvils on their heads?
yeah, you don't drop it in.
No.
And I'm going, well, why is it the kids today try doing stuff like that? And my father gave me a damn good reason. Because nobody cracked their ass and told them you can't do that.
Yeah, I could go with that.
I mean, I lived in
Kids these days get away with too much.
I lived in absolute mortal fear of my father.
Yeah.
That line that says, give your ass to God, give your soul to God because your ass is mine.
Right.
I lived that.
I hear you.
I'm sure you did too. It's
Yeah.
the same age range.
Yeah, well, I was in the group where, you still got whacked across the knuckles in school. Then they called and told you, Mom, you come home, your mom slapped you upside the head.
Then Dad
And
got
then Dad
home.
got a hold of you too. You got it 3 times
Yeah.
back then. So,
That was
Oh,
the other
yeah.
thing. Fighting. You fought when you were a kid.
I tried not to, but yeah, sometimes I had to.
The rule was you don't start a fight, but you damn sure finish it.
Right.
And I watch these kids now that they're getting the kid that defends himself
Gets
in
in
as much
just as
trouble.
much trouble. What's up with that?
Well, if I'm going to get in just as much trouble, I guarantee you I'm going to pound my opponent till he don't get up again.
I hear you.
Hey, if I got to fight, I'm going to make it worth my while at this point.
Yeah, you don't
If
fight
you're
to
going to
lose.
get the time anyway, you may as well do the crime.
Right? But yeah, I seriously don't understand that. My son, I always taught him, if somebody starts with you, Finish it. Defend yourself. And he told me, well, I'll get in trouble in school and I'll get suspended. I said, well, if somebody's hitting on you, you defend yourself, and I'll come down to school and I'll deal with it. And if they want to suspend you, fine, you can come home. We ain't going to play none of that in-school suspension. Because, defending yourself is a God-given right.
It's one of those, I'm amazed. But then that's what happens when you let too many lawyers go in.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem with the country as it is now. We talk about the gun laws, and that's a real burr under our saddle. No question about it. That one gets us. But that's not the only problem. If you were employed at a company, no matter what position you're, if you cost your company $1 trillion, would you still have your job?
No.
I don't know anybody that could cost their company.
Truthfully, if I cost my company $1,000, I probably wouldn't have my job.
So how is it all these congressmen, all these senators, and our dear president are still in office after putting us in this much of a deficit?
I hear that. I don't understand it.
And again,
and again, some of these guys that are in Congress and Senate, they were there when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm 54 years old. They've been there 40-some years. What's up with that? Why?
Did you see last year in 2012 when the one senator from Pennsylvania, Arlen Specter, did you see where he had passed away finally?
I don't think so.
Arlen Specter had been in Congress for quite a while, or in the government for quite a while. He was an assistant district attorney in Philadelphia when my father was a police officer back in the 50s. In the mid-50s, when my father became a police officer, Arlen Specter was teaching all the cops the proper way to testify in court.
Oh, they have to teach them?
Well, they had to teach, yeah, because...
So now, is that because the testimony isn't always about the truth, but making...
No. It's not so much about, it wasn't about, is this truth or not. It's how to answer a question. Let's face facts. You go into court, there is a certain manner in which you're supposed to speak.
Okay.
And especially for a police officer, they're expected to answer the question, and that's it.
So is it kind of like, when you go into boot camp and it's like you better say yes sir, no sir, and
that type of mentality, yes.
Okay.
That's what it is. Remember, the judge's courtroom, and in the courtroom, the judge is God.
Okay,
That's the
right.
mentality they were trying to get across. And one of the other things that it amazed me, because I had to go through court a couple times myself.
You?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I was...
On the good side or the bad side?
Both.
Huh.
And one of the things that...
You did something bad?
Well, somebody accused me of stealing a couple years ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, some idiot dumb bitch, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then she found out that she didn't know what she was talking about.
Well, most of them don't.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Right.
The judge looked at the prosecutor and said, "You didn't even come close to meeting the burden of proof. I'm granting him a judgment of acquittal." And I'm just looking at this judge going,
So did
Thank
you
you.
even get to talk?
"No,
Oh,
they didn't even bring me up on that one."
Awesome.
I've been in both sides. When I was a kid, I fought too. So and I had to go to court a couple times for, the fights that I was in.
Well, now, was that in Philly?
No, that was actually once I got here in Florida.
Really? Oh, they didn't let you...
In Philadelphia, I didn't cause the problems. And usually if there was, where I did get into a fight,
Right.
the cops that came up saw what happened, and it was more of, go home before I drag you home to your parents.
Now, was that because they knew your dad, or...
No, they knew everybody. They knew everybody in the neighborhood.
Right.
The cops in that area knew the kids in the neighborhood, and they accepted things happen.
Well,
But
I
it
was
got
thinking
out of
also,
hand.
since it was your dad, it was like they give you leniency on that part and let you...
Oh yeah, leniency. Go ahead, bring me home to my father. Thank you. Yeah, I won't be able.
So
to...
what would be better, a couple nights in jail or a couple nights with Dad?
I think I'd rather have a couple nights in jail, to be honest with you.
Give Dad time to calm down?
That would be good. Wouldn't be able to sit down for a week if he got a hold of me anyway, so I may as well take a couple days. It's, at least I survived, give a chance to make out my last will and testament.
Yeah, right. Go into jail and ask for protective custody, huh?
Yeah. And in our group, most of the cops that were in that group with my dad, their children all had the same mentality. We're gonna die.
Right.
I remember Tony Dominic, his kids were deathly afraid of what happened if they did something wrong and Dad had to come get them, because now we embarrass Dad in front of his peers.
Right.
You may as well dig the grave for yourself at that point. You know, there was a lot of guys that the parents, you know, that were police, called in favors. My father had a habit of everybody goes on the books. He didn't care if the judge dismissed it later on. Everybody went on the books. He didn't take a break for us.
No.
So I wasn't expecting it either. So it's just, you know, I was like, okay, if I got to do this, I may as well get dying now and be done with it. But that was the other thing. I was more afraid of my father than I was anybody that I had to fight. If I had to fight, it's bad enough if you lose the fight in the first place. But then you got home. And there's a good chance you're going to be in another fight and you're going to lose that one too.
Whether you started it or finished it?
If I started it, the beating would probably be worse.
But if you finished it?
If I won and I finished it, it's more like, okay, is there going to be something coming back at me later on?
Gotcha.
And really just depended on the situation. The old man was much friendlier if I won. There was one fight that I was in, I was actually losing the fight until I saw my father's truck turn the corner.
Little inspiration there?
Inspiration, my ass.
Motivation.
It's outright fear. You know how they always tell you in school, they told you about the fight or flight response? Well, there was no running when I saw my dad turn the corner, so I had to fight. They had to pull me off the kid.
And that was down here?
That was down here.
Wow, I would have thought...
The old man had to pull me off of this kid because I was now starting to beat him too bad. And the old man said, "That's it," and pulled me off. But I was more afraid to get my ass kicked by my father later on. So
Right.
it didn't matter who was in front of me. I'll take the beating that this joker's going to give me, no matter how bad it is. But if I got to go home and get beat again, not happening. And my kid brother didn't have my size.
Right.
So he made up for it by being a little bit more
Aggressive.
ingenious.
Creative.
Creative, yes. My father at one point had discussed with somebody else, and we overheard it. It's like, okay, the big one, he'll let you know that he's going to hurt you. And you have your chance to get away before he's going to do anything. The small one, you don't turn your back on him, because you don't know if he's going to hit you with a 2x4.
Ah. So he was more like the one that wasn't waiting for the first shot. He would take it.
If he felt the need to fight, he used anything and everything he had. And I've been on the receiving end of that when he hit me with a baseball bat. I thank God I was much bigger. I had the bruise across my chest, but that boy was running for his life.
It didn't drop you, huh?
No, it didn't drop me. It knocked me back a couple steps, and that's when he realized he better run.
So, a good hit with a baseball bat?
Solid.
Gee, you know.
I'm surprised he didn't crack my ribs or anything, but it came across the chest so solid and flat that I think that's what it was. It just dispersed the...
You know what I'm thinking? I'm just wondering if...
No, you cannot use the guitar to El Kabong me. No, it's not happening.
well, we got a purpose for that.
Yeah.
But I know there are a couple people that have asked me that, you know, being that they know that you were the commissioner of ASW and all,
Uh-huh.
a few people had asked me to entertain the thought of maybe having you in the ring at the Relay for Life. And, well, maybe we should talk about this later. I don't know.
Why? What's your concern there? So I'm in the ring. Yeah.
Well, you
It's
know,
a wrestling event. You know I'll be part
a
of
couple
it.
of people said they'd like to beat you with a chair, and you know, it seemed like a good idea to me at the time. Yeah, maybe we should talk about this
Like a
later.
good
Let's see.
idea.
You know, we have a couple other bands that are going to be playing.
Waitress, you got a folding chair I can get real quick?
Do I get to practice?
No, I'm gonna practice on you.
Oh, well, in that case, here's another one of the... Well, this band I actually don't have any video of yet.
Who?
It's Outrun the Sun.
Why have I heard that before? We've discussed this band before. Outrun the Sun. Wait a minute, is that the group that's still in high school?
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
They're the ones that go to 5A high school.
Okay.
And they're an all-acoustic band.
Oh, cool.
So I'm actually thinking about maybe using them after midnight. If I can get a note from their parents, let them out that
Let
late.
it all hang out.
But we also have, like we said, the Bob
Bob
Hope
Hope.
Band and the Magic Band.
The Magic Band.
Yeah, Magic Band. He's an older gentleman. He's retired, and I guess he's more of got older music and kind of on a country style. And the people there that were running the relay, they were kind of kept pushing me towards that. I wanted to bring the metal in, and they kept kind of get me away from the metal. So I guess it was kind of a good thing that 98 Rockfest
Yeah.
is the same day.
Yeah, that kind of
So-
bummed me out when I saw that.
Yeah, me too, and especially when all my metal bands called me and said they're going to be there instead. But I can understand, that's a paycheck, and the Relay for Life, all our bands are volunteering
Yeah.
and doing it just because it's a great cause, the American Cancer Society.
Well, again, if you've had someone that has been touched by cancer, my condolences to you, because that's a lousy thing to have to witness. But you understand more about what these societies do and what value they have.
Yeah, and
Because that's, I'm more than happy to donate to things like with the breast cancer awareness drives they have. Here it is, Relay for Life. I've always donated something to that, especially when you have the kids that have the cancer, the ones that are fighting that.
right.
And some of the things like, Ronald McDonald House does stuff like that to keep the families able
Yeah,
to
you
go.
got them. You got what is it, the Shriners?
The Shriners, yeah.
They do a lot.
And
of
there's a
great
lot of
stuff.
good on that. Look at the kids that from the Make-A-Wish Foundation,
Right.
who are, some of them have the cancer. They're not going to make it, and here it is, their last wish is being granted by whatever. John Cena does a lot of that.
That kind of goes back to my NASCAR days too.
Yeah, a lot of
And,
those guys are as part of it as well.
They beat back all that stuff, and Kyle Petty
Mm-hmm.
actually built a park in I believe it's North Carolina, and I didn't look at this up, and the name will come to me, but it's a park for terminally ill children, and they have to be referred by their doctor.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's like a 2 or 3 day event for them. They get to go up there, and everything is paid for them. All their food, any medical treatments they have to do, housing, the whole 9 yards is paid for by this foundation.
Wow.
And it's, God, who is
You're
it?
done?
Mm-mm. It's Kyle Petty, and it's, oh God, the something gang.
Doesn't matter. We'll look it up.
Right. Boy, that irritates me, because we did a lot for that.
Well, it's not like you have a lot of brains cells that are still functioning.
Yeah, and I've been away from them for a while, but they do a charity ride
That's cool.
across the country every year
Very cool.
for the something Junction gang. But I'll probably remember it. But for now, I think we'll throw a little bit of the Magic Band up there and a little bit of Bob Hope, and then we'll come back, and it'll probably be pretty close to the end of our show.
Well.
And throw in another plug in there for the wrestling. What did you say their name was?
Outbreak Wrestling.
Outbreak Wrestling. Gotta
Yeah, they're doing the
remember.
17th in Palmetto. I think that next month they're going to do it on the 21st, right before our show at the Relay for Life.
That
So,
would be awesome.
it's one of those things that we'll be able to push on that one. So, like I said, it's on my Facebook, and I'll be putting out a few more plugs for it to try and get out, because that's what it's a good
Yeah.
it's a good show, and it's got some good people in it.
And I know Mandrick personally, and he's done a lot of shows and a lot of stuff for kids and all kinds of different.
Well, the Highwaymen, as much as they
fundraisers and
fight
benefits.
and they drink and they bleed, they still are very committed to their fans, and it's amazing how many of their fans actually are people that have been hit by cancer. It's surprising, and you really don't think about it until you start looking, and it's like, hey, wait a minute,
Right.
and they
right.
really push for it.
And we even know a few wrestlers that have been hit with
Mhm.
cancer, and fought it, and they're back in the ring fighting now.
couple football players have done that too.
Yeah.
So.
It hits everybody, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure if it hasn't actually hit your family, somebody that you know has gone through it.
And it's indiscriminate about who it gets.
Yeah, it don't care if you're white, black, old, young.
No.
You know, there's so
Doesn't
many
really
different
matter.
different types, and it gets everybody. I mean, look at that poor kid, Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
He's had it for a while. He's 14 years old
Yeah,
now.
so that's definitely one. Yeah, it's kids like that that make you want to do.
And hopefully
something
he's
that's
going to
good,
be
like-
coming out to the show.
That'd be good.
His dad used to be a wrestler.
SC Hell.
That's right. Yes. Remember, it had something to do with hell. I couldn't remember.
I still remember when Jake the Snake Roberts threw a snake down his trunks. So that poor boy was definitely he understood fear at that point.
Yeah.
It's amazing if you got a serpent that close to your family jewels. You just have a different mentality.
I don't know. We when my oldest daughter was born, we went down to see my ex-wife's parents,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a 15-foot, I believe it was a vermeer. No, it was some kind of boa.
Okay.
Big.
Uh-huh.
Well, that day they fed it a 10-pound rabbit.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep that night. I was scared shitless. My daughter wasn't but 10 pounds. And I mean, I was just horrified that that thing would get out of its cage.
Yeah, but if it just ate the 10 pound
I
rabbit, it wouldn't be
understood that, but it just...
It could. That was
Yeah.
the part that bothered you.
It was just, man, that was terrifying.
At that point, I'm
Yeah.
not sleeping. Go ahead, Snake. Come in that room.
Right? Yeah, we stayed that night, went home the next day. I just, no, that's too big. Snakes bother me. They scare the hell out of
The
me.
one that got me was a 25-foot albino Burmese. Flippin' thing was huge.
I believe it.
And you know, my buddy Walt was just like, "Oh, look at this snake!" And
It
I'm
had to
going,
be, what, 300-400 pounds?
I don't know what it was, but it took 3 of us to carry the bloody thing. And he's just, "Oh, look at this beautiful snake," and I'm going, "Mm-hmm. Get this into its cage so I don't have to deal with it anymore. It's eyeing me like I'm its lunch."
I'm telling you, years ago when I first moved to Florida, I had heard stories about Veterans Village
Mm-hmm.
that a 30-foot snake was pulled out from somebody's house.
Okay.
I always thought it was just
Lip
talk.
service, yeah.
Yeah, you know. And it was actually about a year or so ago. I'm watching Animal Planet or Discovery, and here they're talking about a 30-foot snake in Florida. So I was like, okay, let me watch this. 30-foot snake in Florida in Veterans Village. And I was like, oh shit, I heard about this. My cousin lived 2 streets over from where it was supposed to have happened. So, and you know, I went through it, and evidently the owner of the house had just looked out his back door, saw a raccoon or something in the backyard, went back to his kitchen. A couple minutes later, he hears this high-pitched baby-type scream, goes back to the back door and sees about that much tail going underneath his house. So he called whoever, and they went out, and they had to start tunneling under the house, and there were all kinds of tunnels under this house from this snake. And there was one hole about big enough to get your head and shoulders through. The guy popped his head through, and he said about 8 inches away from him, here's this big snake's head just looking at him. Again,
That'll
he had
change
just
your-
eaten, but would you shit yourself? Yes, twice. God, they pulled it out. It took 6 people to hold that thing up. It was like 360 some pounds.
Uh-huh.
God, that wouldn't hesitate to kill you.
No.
I wonder if it was any good eating. I mean, they say rattlesnake tastes like chicken.
I don't care.
That's enough snake to feed a lot of people.
That's me a small African village at that point. Come on now. Anyway.
But anyway, let's watch some Bob Hope,
Bob Hope?
and we'll watch some of, I think it's the Magic Band. He hasn't got back to me with the name. I know his name is Michael Magic,
Okay, so Magic's Band.
so Magic's Band, and we'll get back to you. Here
Let's
we
take a
go.
look.
you didn't have to stoop so low. And your friends could let you rest in visitation in the blood. I guess it out of me, now you're just somebody that I used to know. We could let it go. I wouldn't catch you hung upon somebody that you used to know. But you didn't have to cut me off. Nigga, like you never happened if we were nothing. Like I said, I don't need your love. Treat me like a stranger and you feel so rough. No, you didn't have to stoop so low. Now your friends could let you rest in the children in the blood. Like I said, I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. 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 Now you're just somebody that I used to know. 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 Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Cruising in the night, bright turkey light, I feel alright, alright tonight. Turn my soul, fire, fire, when the street lights fire out, that's all I found. Oh, that box like she's drunk, and everything's fine. Well, my tongue, go back to me, I
you think of? Well, I know you like Bob Hope.
Yeah.
But what'd you think of the Magic Band?
It's different, but it's a niche that some people will like, some won't. Obviously, your heavy metal people aren't going to like it, but
No, yeah, they didn't. I don't know why they didn't want any heavy metal.
don't worry about it. I mean, he's another one of the acts. I guarantee you that's going to be something to keep people entertained,
Right?
and everybody get a look. And again, it's for the right cause, so he's okay in my book.
Cool. You know, 2 other people I spoke with that haven't. Well, one person said, yeah, definitely she'll be here. Remember the Slick Chick Shuffler?
Oh yeah.
I think I might throw her in there with SGC and make her mess with their heads a bit. What do you think?
You know what? As crazy as that may sound, it might actually come out good.
You never know.
You know, mixing the styles like that, they might each pick up something from the other.
Yeah. And she's just kind of hot, so, you know, can't go wrong there.
Is that all you think about?
No.
Just what you mostly think about.
Yes. You know, I'm a dirty old man. I'm allowed to be. You know? You know, that's one of the things that I noticed as you do get older. You just don't care anymore. You know, back in the day when you wanted to get this girl, you try to be that polite and show her that you're the better off guy and take your time and wine her and dine her. Ask a girl that, buy a beer and say, come on, you want to go do it? No, move on to the next one. I ain't got time, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, the other person I talked to was Al,
Al?
the one-man band.
Oh!
And he hasn't said yes, he hasn't said no. He seems to feel that he wouldn't fit in. And I'm like, why? He says, well, I do a lot of the older stuff. Like Bobby Benton. You've heard of Bobby Benton?
I have.
Okay, stuff like that. But I was like, yeah, but look at you do Elvis Presley. You do Bob Seger. You do, oh my God, I can't, old time rock and roll. I can think of the songs and, you know, Under the Boardwalk. I mean, a lot of good music. And a lot of these people aren't going to be just kids.
No, you're going to have older people.
A lot of older people.
And you're going to have a lot of people that varies, you know, from the beginning to the end. I had somebody who, I was helping my cousin, his in-laws were moving, so I was helping out last weekend. Came across a whole bunch of old records of the big bands.
Wow.
Glenn Miller and
Right,
I'm
right.
like, oh! Now I'm like, records, okay. Do you have one that still plays 78s?
Right.
But yeah, something like that would be good. If, you know, and then you got weirdos like me that actually like that kind of music, even though it's not my era.
And you know, now
Of course,
that
how
I'm
can you
looking
not like Bob Seger?
now that I'm looking at it, the kids these days, how many of them don't have an iPod or something like that? So if they're not
Their
really
phones will
into
do
the
it.
music we're playing,
Headphones, and
headphones and their metal
cell
or
phone.
whatever it is they listen to, and they can go with that. But you know, the old people, they're not into all that, and I think they'll appreciate the bands we have.
Probably will.
You know, and
You got a good mix there, good entertainment, and we still got more people trying to help us out. So
yeah, you know, I haven't gotten back, and not everybody has gotten back with me, and I'm anxious to get with Floydsome again because evidently a couple weeks ago was going to be their last show, but I noticed they're pushing other shows that they're doing, so I'm
Well,
wondering
maybe they
if they
work
got
things out.
somebody new and got it worked out or what, but I love to get them because they did say they bring the lasers and stuff out, and I know at one point they turn all the lights out. I believe they call it the Illuminati,
Illuminati, okay.
and it's
The laser show, isn't it?
no, it's a paper bag candle light, and they have them all around the track. And they turn the lights out. They do some kind of thing with that. And I'm thinking, while the lights are out, then lasers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That could work.
But anyway, you know, this will come together more within the next couple weeks. We still have what, about 7-8 weeks till the event.
Yeah, it's the 26th, and we're still in the early part of March, so we at least got 6 weeks to go.
So you know, yeah, actually, yeah, about that.
But it's
So,
amazing
you know,
how
we'll be
fast
getting-
6 weeks will go.
Yeah, we'll be getting more chance drawing.
There you are, much better one.
And you know, keep an eye on Sparky's Wild Side on Facebook. And as we get more stuff, we'll post. And, anybody that is interested in getting some raffle tickets,
Chance drawing tickets.
Jeez, I'm going to get that right sooner or later.
Yeah, you will.
Why politically correct?
I
Why can't we
follow
be
the
just
rules.
honest?
Follow the rules. We are being honest. It's a chance drawing. It's a prize drawing.
Okay. Prize drawing tickets, and before everybody else got involved, we were going to do them for $1. But there's so many prizes. I'm thinking there's going to be close to 100 prizes. I figure it's worth $2 a chance.
With some of the stuff you've got here, yeah, I would say so.
This detail kit here alone is, I believe it's like a $40, $50 value.
What about the guitar? You wouldn't pay $2 to get a guitar and start
Right?
with?
That's got to be what? $60, $70 guitar?
Well, I put a ticket for it just to try and get the guitar.
Right?
So,
And
I'm part of this
a
mess.
$30 meal for $2, There's 5 meals in that. Well, 5 sandwiches.
You take a chance, and it's all to help out the American Cancer Society.
It all goes to the American.
Bottom line.
It all goes to them. Well, all goes to making this show.
Well, we've been here quite a while.
Yes,
I know the
we have.
manager kind of eyed me earlier over there at the tech job. We see if we were still done. Are we ready to go? I'll pick up the tab this time because you usually get it.
Okay.
And,
You know why he's anxious for us to get out?
why?
We're the only ones left here tonight.
Oh,
I think he wants to go home.
alright.
Is it 10 yet?
Not yet, but getting close.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He figures an early night home. Have you seen his wife?
No.
I don't know why he'd want to get home.
Anyway.
On that note, it's about life, baby, on Sparky's Wild Side, on Florida's Action Radio Network. And we will be here
For the rest of your life. Take care, folks. Waitress! Ah!
I don't need a girl around me. I don't need no drugs to calm me. I have seen the rising on the wall. Don't think I need anything without.
Goodbye, cruel world. We're leaving here today. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, all you people. There's nothing you can say to make me change my mind. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Get home safe.